Alito, everyone.
Lito, Chima Chukma, Shio.
Hold on, let me
How y'all doing? What's happening out there in Indian country?
let's see. It's pretty. I mean, it's looking nice out here today. We ain't got no rain clouds. Got a little blue skies outside this morning. How you looking up there? Where you at?
Grand Vibes. You there, Coach?
Yeah, you can't hear me.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I can hear you now. Look like you dropped off for a minute. What's going on? How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. Doing real good. Doing real good. Like I said, it's a nice outside today. Not too cold. Not too hot. So far,
Oh,
so good.
they're not heavy on the chemtrails and nothing like that today. No chemtrails.
Nah, not right. Not as I can see right now. Not looking out my window. I see a few clouds though.
Oh, well, it's a good day then. Definitely
Hmm.
a good day then. Everything's pretty smooth out here. New York's been quiet. So this morning I took a nice brisk walk. I was up very early this morning and I take a nice walk and I know where there's a particular bodega corner store in the hood that I like to go to. Occasionally I'll get coffee. I haven't been making purchasing the coffee, especially, since the outbreak or whatever. But every time they always have it very immaculate. They're respecting us, with the mask and stuff like that. Just making sure people stay orderly without being rude. Like it's just real cool. I just want to shout them out. Not everybody is disrespectful to our people. I just wanted to make a little mention of that. And it's a couple of occasions I've seen them. Like I don't. This guy comes in there. He's always panhandling outside the store, and he's one of those beggars that'll ask you for $1 and you give him $1 and then he asks you for like 10, 15 more so he can have lunch all week type shit. He's one of them niggas. Um, he's in there, no mask. He's got his nose running, and he takes his hand and he takes the snot and kind of like flings it. So everybody in the store, me, I just go ape shit. I'm nowhere near him, but I'm still in the same circumference. So, out comes one of the Arab guys from the back. And he's got the Lysol and the Clorox bleach spray. And then you hear me and a couple of other patrons in the store like, yo, what's wrong with you? That's disgusting. And he turns around and we know he get ready to ask for money. Everybody that lives in close proximity goes to this neighborhood store. So anyway, they come out with the Lysol and, they gave him a mask. They kicked his ass out the store, but they did give him a mask. They gave him some gloves and told him, don't come back today. But where he was, sneezing, snot, and hot tooing, they wound up cleaning it up immediately. Like everything just kind of went right back to normal after that. But I liked how they responded to that. So again, this morning you go in there, and it's still dark outside, so they know who I am, even with the mask on. Just a couple blue guys standing real close to me at the ATM, and the guy kept telling him, back up off of her, back up off of her. Good morning, honey. Good morning. He's saying hi to me and stuff like that. And I was just like, thank you. Because, yeah, there was a dude at the ATM, and he was, kind of just standing really too close to me. Period. But I just like how they respond. Not everybody is disrespectful to to our people. I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
You said something that made me think. The Vice President Pence was caught in going to a hospital with a lot of sick COVID-19 patients,
Mm.
and he went from patient to patient with no mask on. Makes you kind of wonder, doesn't it?
That is very different. Quite
They,
different.
it's a
And I
video.
know
Hmm.
also firsthand that even though, we know that the nurses and doctors and the essential workers are going to work, but what we don't know is, are they being essential? And what I mean by that is, we know that they're showing up for work, okay? But
Hmm.
are they treating the people there that are those that are not testing positive, are they still taking the same, hazmat precautions that they're taking with everyone else that does have it? Like, is that just for added protection? You got to wonder how it's going down. So there's so many ways that this has affected us. And you got to, and this is why we couldn't, I was kind of rejecting a lot of the speculation and the conspiracy theories and being all over the place, specifically knowing a lot of people that are firsthand affected by this in different ways, right? Some that recover, some don't, some that it becomes final and things like that. But now we need to focus. So now we know that we've seen that their hospitals, they're not necessarily disorganized. I mean, there's not like a whole bunch of traffic or anything like that inside the lobby. And from what I know, especially out here, and I could just, really kind of just speak for what I've seen here in Queens with a lot of people recovering. In fact, one of my aunt's friends, who's our DJ, if any of my peoples came to our cousin's cookout, he has now recovered. He was actually on, I want to say Good Morning America or maybe Today Show or something like that. But he was one of the first people in that March 10th, March 12th, 13th outbreak to actually recover. And he's probably, him and his wife, maybe 3 out of 17 or so that didn't quite have the same results. But now we need to figure out, like, when they're going there, are they treating, what is the level of care? Are they visiting these patients via video chat? Like, are they doing, like, what is their one-on-one care about? Now, for somebody that's in a critical condition and unable to have visitors, we have no way of knowing. So we're quite vulnerable in every aspect that we want to complain about. We have allowed ourselves to become vulnerable, and it's like now we want some sort of some sort of a solution. We definitely want some answers, but who can we really blame for us not being in that position? Right? So now there's got to be some sort of accountability. Now we could start with the people, you could backtrack and start with the people that everybody voted for. Somebody voted for. I won't say everybody because I damn sure didn't, but we can start with those people. How are okay, so when they passed the legislation regarding the stimulus package, the big businesses snatched it all first. Trump tells them they have 2 weeks to give the shit to the small businesses, right? So now you have this multi-billion-dollar deal that goes down. The big businesses get it first, and then they have 2 weeks to pay it back, so it gets divvied up to the small businesses. Okay, so now you have Maxine Waters and all of the Democratic Party that was quite all right with passing the stimulus package with whatever those stipulations and conditions were. I haven't personally been able to go through and itemize them and see how they damage me, the American Indian, because generally those things look like they're promising, but they end up ultimately fucking us over, right? So now, I guess my concern is once they give that money back, and they're probably at about day 5, 6, or maybe even the first week where they have the 2 weeks to pay this window back for the small businesses in order to be able to get the money. They disperse the money to the small businesses. But now you have your Black Caucus, you have your Maxine Waters, and you have all these people. How are they, what have they said publicly? Who is holding them accountable? Right? It's not for the American Indian, but it does affect us. It's actually for Black people, right? But they're not activating it. And whatever it is that they're not activating, that they already have in place, that they don't believe that they have, still affects the American Indian. So it's like we have to almost always, now I see that we have to always insert ourselves in everybody's business because this is our house. We need to know what goes on in every room in the house. You got 7 rooms in the house. You need to know what's going on in the girls' room, what's going over here with the twin. Is little Billy all right? You want to make sure Chad ain't in his room making bombs and shit, right? You want to make sure what's going on. So this really does involve the Indian policing the lands, the shores. If we don't, who will? Because everybody else that we have put out there or thought that it was their responsibility are now in a position that we are not any greater than we were 55 years ago. So now what do we do with that? Now that means that we are responsible for not only ourselves, but we are responsible for Black people, white people. We are responsible for everybody, and we're supposed to be delegating what needs to be done. Because everything that everybody's doing, all the good times, the great times, the bad times, and everything, still affects the Indian primarily. So That's just my spiel. That's my spiel. Everybody loved Mr. Waldo yesterday being on. That was a really dope build that they did. I love when they catch the cab over to grandma's house. That's really dope. Mr. Waldo, you welcome back anytime, anytime, anytime. How's everybody doing out there? I see we got the chat popping in. What's going on with y'all? Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. That's right. Right on. Hey, Davita. Hey, Cuzzo. I can't wait to get down south. I'm telling you. When this quarantine over, I'm coming to see you first, Cuzzo. That's a fact. What's up, Saved and Sanctified? I saw the nice build you did with the pop plants. That was dope. I posted it on my community page. Saved and Sanctified had a good show. Good build with the absolutely subscribe to us, Saved and Sanctified. Uh, he about to be the whole Jesus of this shit right now. In a minute, the man with the food plant. Oh, we so behind the damn eight ball. And that's some of the stuff that we were going to talk about this morning too. Food shortages being predicted to come up. So you now, and then this leaves again. Who does this leave vulnerable? Right, right. When a tomato is $5, right? When we're going to pay $9 for a loaf of bread. Yeah, some of that happens. So can imagine for the people that are in areas where they aren't able to get to the supermarket and they have to rely on, corner stores, gas stations, or the closest store in proximity to them, that is going to be a serious problem. That's going to be a serious problem.
Yes, it
So
is.
gonna have to worry about that. I mean, it's a game changer where everybody's complaining that we're under quarantine and shelter in place and stuff like that. And really, that's going to be the place where everybody's gonna want to be when this shit's like the purge. I'm telling you, a can of beans takes it to a whole nother extreme when someone wants to take your life for it. They don't want to, but they will.
They got children, got a baby to feed, baby to feed.
Right.
That's right.
So we don't,
Well,
gotta get
the thing
you gotta
about it
get
is,
back into the ground, gotta get back to the dirt.
that's right.
Back to
And
the dirt.
but check this out though. So you got a whole bunch of people that's allegedly having that's been exposed to Corona 19 in all these plants, and then they're being forced to go back to work. They're working in cramped conditions all over each other. The president just made an announcement yesterday because everybody's been predicting that meat will be short at many stores this Friday. He told the plants to stay open.
Huh.
Go ahead and stay open. Make sure that you guys stay open. We're not ready for this shortage. So, and then I was listening to another the owner of Chick-fil-A. Was it Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A, Chipotle. That's it.
Chipotle.
Yeah, I don't eat that stuff. You know I'm country. Chipotle, shitpole. I mean,
You just said
Chipotle.
Chick-fil-A.
I ain't mean to say that, but he said that he has over 20,000, 40,000 some employees,
Right.
and he gave them a 10% raise. And I was like, 10%. But you gotta remember, off of $9 an hour, what's that? Is that 9 cent raise?
Right. Definitely.
It
Right,
ain't.
right.
I mean, it ain't nice, but it ain't much. 90 cent. They probably got 90 more cent. It ain't that much. But this should be a hazard pay. You should pay me $10 more out here. I'm out here facing my life to get some folks some Chipotle.
Oh,
No, it's not.
absolutely.
No, it's
I
not,
agree.
Tasha. My bad. I ain't.
I agree. I agree. And then there's some people still that can't live without their Starbucks and their Dunkin' Donuts and all those kind of different um spoils and things like that. So life as we know it is never going to be normal again, even when it appears to be normal. And
Oh
then
yeah.
you still have people screaming, when they gonna open up the club?
Well, I mean, open
My
everything
goodness.
else up. I can go get a massage right now.
Hey, but if you think if now is the time to stay your ass out the club, it is now. Okay,
Right.
even when they
Right.
do open it back up, and no disrespect, because that is absolutely part of the culture. I am a straight up used to be back in the days from the time I was 12 years old before I had ID. I don't have any qualms about people having that kind of entertainment and stuff like that. I'm all about it. But what I'm saying is there's so many things that take precedent right now. Like, we have to get our hands in the dirt right now. So if they're going to be in the damn club while I'm growing tomatoes, then I'm going to have to charge my own people $5 for a goddamn tomato. What makes me different than any oppressor? Now they're forcing us with the tomatoes to give they lazy ass Negroes tomatoes because these niggas like a planet. They wanted to go shake a tail feather, and I got up at ass crack 30 to let the chickens out and get the eggs out the hen house. Right? How is that going to work? I think that means this is going to be about, more or less of a thing of us trying to really see if we can spend some time figuring our own shit out, because nobody's going to do it for us. And then nobody's going to do the work for us. So, that's something to think about.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Mr. Coco.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, how are you? How are you? You better now. You done graced us with your presence 2 days in a row. Hey.
Yeah, I know it. Y'all catching me at my coffee drinking time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes, you timing that pretty good, because that's usually this is my coffee drinking time.
Right.
But anyway, I heard you talking about those meat packing plants.
You're right.
Okay, you need to go look and see who actually works in meat processing plants.
Migos.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. That's exactly who it is. So who's gonna process this meat? How many people out there actually know how to cut up a piece of meat?
That's how
I'm gonna tell you like this now. I am probably, I do not know how to cut a whole chicken. I'm gonna just be damn. I don't know how to cut a whole chicken. You're not gonna
I'm saying they got a training process when you walk in the door. They teach you how to do it. I bet can't be that hard if Migo can do it.
Now, so if I had to,
inside of the slaughterhouse,
Purdue plant.
Have you ever seen the inside of a slaughterhouse?
No.
You need to go and get you one of them YouTube videos and look at what's going on inside them slaughterhouses. It takes a certain type of individual to be able to do that all day.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that certain type of. Well, I know I'm not that certain type of individual. So I didn't even go that way.
There's some sections of that job that is just downright awful. Think about the guy who has to actually kill the livestock before they can start processing it.
He just killing all day.
All day. Swimming in blood all day.
I bet that's a depressing job.
I can't get jiggy with that.
Huh?
I can't get jiggy with that. I can't do it.
I just love it.
So even if Trump say y'all open them processing plants up, if ain't nobody working in that processing plant, what good that gonna do?
Right. Halita, Tasha.
See, you still stuck in the same position.
So it's still vulnerable.
As they used to say, this ain't no
rendered vulnerable again in every area.
I've been inside of a slaughterhouse. It's not a job I would want to have all the time.
I ain't trying to get
But
jiggy like that.
it's a
I let
very
y'all have that when
necessary
I
skill.
pass. Uh-oh.
Hmm?
I'll pass on the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, well, now, if the plant is open and ain't nobody working in there, what good is that?
Somebody got to go in there and handle it.
Ain't nobody gonna go in there and handle it because don't nobody know how to do that work no more.
Mm.
Nobody really remembers. Yeah, I think I was traumatized seeing them bring the chicken snack and all of that. I'm not built for that. I'm not even gonna hold you. I can't do the feather dipping and the hot
Chicken.
water and the plucking. Yeah, I couldn't do no
If
cow. I don't eat pork, so I would not. That would not be my job. Okay, I
if
would
you
not
work
be good at
in
that job. I could clean some fish. I could do that.
if you work in a chicken house for 2 weeks, I guarantee you'll never eat another chicken again.
Mm. Well,
I
what?
promise you that.
Mm.
If you get through the first 3 days, I'll be impressed.
I
Well,
don't know. I didn't
I know
clip a couple
how
of
to get
chickens in
jiggy
my
with the
day.
vegetables, man. I mean, I don't have any problem with that. I know how to marry up flavors and things like that. So I'm gonna be
Well,
okay regardless. I love mushrooms and different things that I know how to
there
get
was
full of with salad and but I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing with none of them animals, none of the livestock. I can't slaughter no cow. That won't be me,
well,
Moon's job.
uh, in the old days, meat was just for flavoring.
Yeah, to go on your greens and
Right,
stuff.
So
right.
the
Like,
process wasn't quite,
and your
it
beans.
wasn't quite so intense.
That's
You didn't
right.
have to kill as many animals, but in this system we got now, they killing animals by the millions.
Oh yeah, I had pulled up statistics earlier for the show. It was roughly, man, billions of cattle a year. I think we had 300 and something, and they saying by 2030 we'll be up to 418 some billion cattle a year, or something like that. Up 10%. Yeah, they're going AWOL.
I had a funny. I got a bad spot in myself about farm processed food
You said
or
foreign
mechanized
or
farming.
farm?
Mechanized farming.
Oh, okay. Because now, McDonald's, they making their food in laboratories.
I got a question for y'all, and I
Mm.
want y'all to think about this. How many cows would it take for them to kill to make hamburgers for just McDonald's? And then multiply that
Probably a
across
small
every
town.
hamburger joint you see.
Probably a small
Huh?
city. Probably a whole city of cows.
I'm gonna tell you now. We don't produce enough cows to supply all the fast food restaurants with beef.
That makes sense.
So some of
That
that
makes
meat you
sense.
think you eating ain't exactly what you think it is.
That's
That's what
right.
I told you. It's I can bet. I mean, not bet, but I can for sure show you that almost even all the way down to the biscuits in the morning time are all made in laboratories.
Yep.
Laboratories.
Right.
That's how
Them
they
ain't
get
grandma
your food
biscuits.
to you.
Nah, them ain't grandma biscuits.
That's why
Got a lot
your
of fillers.
that's why your food kills you. Franken food.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I keep saying grow your own.
Yeah.
You'll live better.
Longer.
You'll live better. If you don't know nobody, I mean, if you ain't got no place to grow your own, get somebody you know. Let them. Hey man,
Hey,
plant your backyard.
I think Saved and Sanctified showed that we would literally have no excuses. We have like no excuses to
Nah.
have something.
Right. He like you can call him anytime and he will walk and check out your soil. He'll tell you about your soil. The whole nine. He'll walk you through it.
Yeah, that's a soil test.
In tight
You
spaces,
got
even
to.
where you don't think you have enough room. You know, he was talking about the grow bags. You got enough room to grow something in the bag, even if it ain't nothing but a sack of potatoes. You can do
Now,
something.
Phoenix,
There's no excuse.
Hey man,
Phoenix,
no
you
excuse,
remember
man.
us talking last week, and you told me about an app you got on your phone that was showing you all the medicine that was growing at your feet,
Yes, yes, I have
even
been
in the city.
compiling. I've been compiling like a diary of different herbs, things that they tell weeds and herbs and different things that you see in the places that you travel. Right now, I just started, like with the backyard, but I have photos from when I was able, when we were able to travel. I love different flora and fauna, funny looking leaves and flowers or whatever, foliage, things like that. So I've been looking at these weeds and basically trying to establish what can they do medicinally. So I've definitely collected some of them. The dandelions are, everybody knows dandelions are going to be quite useful. Um, and we will also discussing how in the mustard greens, how usually those dandelions are part of that mixture. Um, or the turnip
If
greens, right?
if you
So which
if you
I don't
take
know. By now,
if you
they got
take
to know the
dandelion leaves,
distinction.
if you take dandelion leaves and put them in some bitter greens, it takes the bitter taste out of them.
Out of right, right.
Plus, you
So
can make
now
tea out
this
of dandelion.
these plants though, and this is called PlantNet. You guys download this app. Doesn't take up much
Yep.
space. You can also do your own independent studies because if you look for the information, it'll give you a couple of different websites, and you can see what the medicinal purposes for these particular roots are. So one that I had actually it treats breast cancer. And there's another one that, and this grows all over the place, like sides of the highway and stuff like that. You can pack it on wounds to help you clot. So, for instance, these are some of the things that I started compiling so that when I read it, it'll be repetition and it'll be something that I know in the event that I need to know it. Um, yeah, especially getting a late start. So this is kind of like learning a different language as an adult.
So you got medicine and food growing up under your feet, just about every place you stand. You just got to know how to recognize it.
In the Bible, in Genesis and
You got to
Revelations,
get
it says
you
for the
got to get
healing,
away from that process.
the healing of the nation, the herbs is for the healing of the nation. It says that in Genesis
Yeah,
and Revelations.
yeah.
But,
Let them be your meat.
but
Go
when the
back and keep
past,
reading. Let that be your meat
that's it.
because you supposed to be not eating animals anyway.
Well,
Eating animals,
uh huh.
is your original sin.
Well, I was kind of like it all depends on who you are and what you come from. Like the hunter gatherers, you had the hunter gatherers. They ate meat, but everybody wasn't out there
Yeah, but
hunting for meat.
in that case, but see now, hold on, because see, we got to get this together. In that case, meat was a flavoring; it wasn't the main course.
Oh, gotcha. For the
And that
vegetables.
is true. I have that is true. There's a cookbook that we have. Tasha, did you notice a lot of like dishes didn't really have meat as the main thing? They had they would use the meat
No,
for
no, no.
seasonings, especially pork. We have a cookbook that we were going
That's
through
right.
from the 1840s, and they
Meat
definitely
wasn't
didn't
the main.
portion food the way we did now.
No, 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 no. It was all. See, but we got a new system in town.
Oh yeah, a new
This
diet.
new system is killing us.
A on blood and starch,
This is what I
non-stop.
want. Yeah, and see, this is what we got to stop. This is what we got to stop. We got to stop relying on them giving us this poison, man. I don't know. I can't tell everybody how you supposed to act in your particular circumstances, but you need to make your circumstances fit what's going on in your world around you now.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? People get out and they
That's
hustle
right.
for everything. Now you're going to start hustling for your food. So just you know
That
where you're getting it
sounds
from.
that sounds post-apocalyptic almost.
Well, we at a point in time where from where we started at to where we gonna end up at is gonna seem apocalyptic. Or however you say it. Well, I can't say that damn word. You got me. But it's gonna seem like that.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? Well, you got to start from where you was, because that was what was happening. And then you make any kind of momentous change to some other system, then that's an apocalypse. It's the collapse of one. And that's what that word means. It's a collapse, the falling apart. So you watching the falling apart. You already where you think you're going. Oh, you've been disconnected from grandma. They disconnected you from grandma when they disconnected you from your mother.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes. And that disconnect is what's gonna kill us. These folks been trying to kill us since they got here, man. They ain't never let up trying to kill us. And every weapon is game. All is fair in love and war, baby. So if they gotta poison you through your food, guess what they gonna do? And you ain't never supposed to eat an animal that's been killed in trauma. That releases that adrenaline off into the meat. It messes with the meat. Yeah, yeah. Everything tightens up, man. No, Kobe beef that's a cruel process. A Kobe
Yes.
beef is a calf that's taken from his mother and never allowed to use his muscles. So it's stuck in one place and it only gets milk. They only last about 6 months and then they kill them. That's what Kobe beef is. Kobe beef is a muscle tissue that they ain't developed. Yeah. If you don't use a muscle, you don't develop a muscle. But see that's actually supposed to be legal. But yeah, they would kind of stupefy them a little bit before they went ahead and did the coup de grace on them because they know if you get that adrenaline in that meat is bad. But if you got a mechanized slaughterhouse, well, I tell you to go look at that thing. They ain't paying no attention to that, man. And you can bring any kind of cow you got in there, sick, broke leg, three leg, one eye, snot run. I'll tell you that's some ugly shit. And then and then what they see when they opening up this meat, they getting cancers and all kind of stuff inside their pus. Right now, this stuff here is getting sold to
Crazy.
us. You
And
see what I'm getting
cows
at?
are emotional too. People think that's why they call it mad cow. They have like they have an emotion right before they get led up to slaughter. I don't know if you guys remember there was like an earthquake and I think New Zealand, and those cows were like stranded on this little parcel of land. And you got to look at. Let me pull it up. And I said, these niggas know that they could die if they move. Like, why wouldn't they keep going? If they did, they were just stupid cows. You know, they would just move around, not knowing that there's not any ground that would support them. So they had to end up being lifted by like helicopters. Let me say, here it is, right here. They had to be lifted by a helicopter
Yeah,
because
they're
they were just on
intelligent
this
creatures.
little. Yeah, they're not stupid by a long shot. Hold on a second. Let me get
And
this.
you ought to see the look on their face when they getting ready to go down that kill line.
Yes, and I know, and this
They
is the
know
look
they're
that I'm
gonna
going to
get
show.
shot.
They had this peculiar look, like as if, hey, I'm gonna die. You first. No, you go first. All right, it's nice knowing you, pal. Like, it was just so personality. I couldn't believe it.
Now,
Oh,
well, I tell you one thing: you better not try to look at one in the eyes
They
before
claim
you
that
kill
they're
them. The damn thing will make you cry.
that's right. That's right,
And you
Coach.
and,
Let me
and
send
women
this to you,
and
and you can
women
yeah,
throw
will
it
they're
up
supposed
in
to be
discriminate.
like
emails.
98%
This is
female.
this is kind of slow. Okay, Yeah, but the cows, they knew exactly, what was happening, and they have this, like I said, most peculiar look on their face, as if they know that they are just on their way to slaughter. Like it's no way around this look of fear that they have. Now that you mention it,
A
I
goat.
don't know what the distinction is, um, whether it's halal or not. They know that they're going to die, and it seems kind of wrong in a sense.
Goat.
Well, the scientists are saying that they have 98% similar DNA as humans. So they're very intelligent.
Yep.
It's-
They
Right.
sure is. They know just how to piss you off too.
See?
And people in India worship them. People in India worship
Yeah, I don't
the
understand
cow.
that either. But if you ain't supposed to play with your food,
Yeah. But the
yeah, that's
slaughterhouses,
me.
they got to be reformed. Yeah.
Running out of juice. But you know, a goat will cry when you kill it. Sounds just like a
No,
little
I
baby.
wouldn't know.
It sounds just like a little baby.
For nearly 100 years, we've worked to provide you with the financial strength, stability, and online tools.
These cows are scared crapless.
Yeah, that's how they is.
And they
That's how they is.
knew not to
They
move.
always know. And a cow can. Keep eating that dead animal. It's sad how they process the food that they give us to eat. That whole process is terrible. Yep. Hmm. That's that herd mentality. And once that
Hey,
name
stay close, stay close. It was that was crazy. And when
and
they
that
zoom
and that
in, you could see their faces like, hey, don't move, don't sneeze, don't fart, don't do nothing, just stand still.
one
Here come the choppers. Like, do you think that they were excited when they heard the helicopters coming to rescue them? They knew that they're gonna be rescued too.
hmm, hmm.
Wow, now see, that's something. I see brother Bilal says mad cow is a form of animal Alzheimer's. Isn't that something?
Yeah, I didn't. You know, I don't like the way they process the food that they feed us. I don't like. I don't like nothing about that process.
We go down to JJ's, Mr. JJ's, and get the sausages where he make his home. He make their own sausages. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
We used to go down to him and get our food. We didn't go to the mega, the big market to go get our sausage and different
They taste
meats and
better too.
stuff. Oh yeah, they wear
They
that
taste
stuff up.
better.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. You know, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the city. So when I moved down here, I had to adopt real fast. Like grandma, what's for dinner? Some turtle
Hey,
soup in there. The world, turtle
that that
soup.
that means you spent 2 days shitting.
Crying and crying, telling my mama
Yep.
come get me from down here. I ate
Mm,
peanut
mm,
butter jelly
mm.
sandwiches though for a very long time until I ain't had no choice. There was nothing else to eat but what they cooked.
Have you ever ate deer? You've
Yeah,
been
that's
down
how
there
they
long enough
tricked
to
me.
know.
They told me it was cube steak, but it was deer cube steak and gravy and on top of some rice. I had mashed about 4 or 5 of them,
Oh,
and
dear is
then
good.
and
I
then
do it.
he was like,
And then they say, "Hey, guess what?"
"You know that deer, right?" Yeah, and I'm like, man. But then we had deer sausages, deer burgers, deer. They
It
had
tastes
deer.
similar.
They had deer everything around here.
That's good eating though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like dry beef.
Well, see, the deer is a lean beef, so if you cook it, you gotta add fat to it
Right.
because fat is where the flavor comes from,
Mm-hmm.
and deer is real lean. So when you cook it, if you don't cook it right, it's gonna dry out on you. That's for sure.
The venison is very,
That's-
very lean.
That's that low and slow cooking. That wrap it up
That
good.
low and slow cooking.
Mhm.
Cook that shit.
I mean, when we were little, like we were able to eat anything. I remember eating squirrel and not going, ugh, that's squirrel. I remember that. Eating rabbit stew
I love squirrel.
without being grossed out. You know what I'm saying? But
He
once
said
we
he
stopped
loves squirrel.
making those trips down south, as children, I think we kind of, we lost it. Now we became squeamish and stuff like that. I can speak for myself. I know I became squeamish. Like,
Mr. Waltho, we used to go squirrel hunting for like them big fox squirrels, the real big ones. And we'll shoot them with the little bird pellets so we wouldn't really tear them up.
Yep.
And we used to come back. It used to be 7 to 8 of us go at a time. We'll come back with 50 to 80 squirrels a piece. And we'll come back, clean them, and sell them for anywhere from $3 to $8 a piece, all depending on the size of them. Because them fox squirrels, they real big. But then you got the regular squirrels. They sell from $1.50 to $2.50. We sell them too.
Dude.
Catch them with
Boy,
some
you
pellet
ain't
guns.
finna buy no squirrel around here for no $1.50. I don't care.
Yeah, they sell squirrels around here for like $1.50 a piece. You can get squirrels, man. Folks hunt squirrels all day. I got a high-powered pellet gun that'll knock a squirrel off a good, what, 100 yards.
Yeah, I got that. Hey, I got one of them too. I got me a bow squirrel sitting in that backyard. He hang around here till wintertime. I'm gonna find a way to start chewing on him. I think that bastard been out there eating my corn, so I know I'm gonna feed him well.
Yeah, my whole
I'll
family,
fucking him up.
they with that. They love that, the hunting. It's real big, real
All right,
big.
they taste good. Chicken of the trees. I will tell you this though. Rabbit meat is the only meat in the marketplace right now that has no hormones and no GMO feed given to it.
Well, I got
Rabbit
10.
meat's the only meat that you can eat if you
Yeah.
got diabetes. It won't raise your sugar up.
Why that
Also,
will
use
be in
classifications.
2 GMA diet specifically for diabetics.
I got
Right.
like 10 rabbits in the backyard, like right now. Like 10 of them.
You can't eat them now. All
No,
you
when
can
you
do is feed
supposed
them.
when you supposed to eat them? I don't even mess with them. I just let them do their own thing. They balling.
No, you wait until it gets cold. That's when you go get your rabbits. You eat a rabbit now, you're gonna eat worms.
A rabbit now or later.
You hear that?
Shoot, rabbit is good, girl.
He said you eat a rabbit.
That thing will
Nah,
make
you
you
gonna
just
eat
walk
worms.
around the room and come back and visit with it some more.
Eat a rabbit.
And
in the
especially the
cold
way
in the
Grandma
wintertime.
used to cook it. She lay him up there with that brown gravy. That thing will call you out your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be okay if I can get somebody that's at least 85 to 100 years old to make me some rabbit. I might partake in the partake.
We got
Cook rabbit just like you cook chicken.
a lot of folks around here cook some rabbit.
And most, huh?
There's a lot of folks around here make rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit, turtle. They cook all this
Turtle.
stuff around here.
They say turtle got 7 kinds of meat in it. I don't too much care for turtle myself.
Me neither. But they show cooking.
Yeah, I've had frog legs before. I've had frog legs before. I see cousins of we have alligator meat. I really meant to find out and
it's
how
a place
they
up the street. It's a place up the street from where she stay. called Papados. They sell alligator meat on a tray with a little sauce on the side. It's pretty good. They got the frog legs in there too.
How do they cook that? Do they like deep fry it? Is
Yeah,
it
it's
baked?
deep fried. They deep fried, and they give you a little sauce to go with it. It was deep fried, wasn't it?
What kind of sauce is that? Is that like
The
a
alligator. Yeah, it was deep fried. I don't know. It was good though.
Yeah, it's deep fried. We just started getting alligator up here not too long ago.
Oh,
We
okay.
wasn't having a lot of alligator.
do they do it like nuggets, like a chicken nugget kind of thing, or a catfish
Yeah,
nugget?
they had it cut out. No, they had it like it took it, and then the way it was cut before they fried it, they just sliced it up to where the bottom of it was still kind of hold it together a little bit, where you kind of pull it apart, to where it just wasn't a whole bunch of nuggets. You can still tell how it was all together at one point, like a chunk of meat or alligator, and then they're fried. It's good though. It's real good. They just high.
Sound like they trying to cook that.
That place high.
Sound like
Though.
they cooking that garfish.
Yeah, that place high. I enjoy the.
I don't like to say we don't have much experience here with alligator. That's just not an Oklahoma animal.
Right. Well, we got swamps down here.
Yeah, y'all got a little bit more than we got. This is dry land up here, so it ain't a lot of stuff creeping around in the water.
Yeah, we got a creek everywhere you look.
Mainly because you can't always find water. You get a little bit further south, then you get in the water and all that stuff, you'll find alligators. I ain't never really ate that. I ate rattlesnake before.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I know I won't make no new memories. I'll tell you that. I think they snuck that to me before. But I tell you what, there won't be no new memories of rattlesnake unless I absolutely have to.
Yep.
I didn't eat meat until 2005. I didn't eat any meat until 2005, and we went camping, and it was either a steak, a pork chop, or a hamburger. And to me, I definitely wouldn't eat the pork chop. And the hamburger was too close to a pork chop to me at the time. So I just had the steak, and I loved it. I forgot what it was like, and I absolutely loved the steak.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, though, how can we
amazing.
just choose chicken, beef, and pork over all the other 1 million animals on the planet?
That's because chicken, beef, and pork you can raise on a farm.
No, you can't raise the other ones on the farm.
Not only that, primarily because we popularized it. If we started making it trendy to eat rabbit and stuff, absolutely people would start eating it again. Remember, we stopped eating pork. A lot of people stopped eating pork, and the prices of pork went down, and it just became an economical thing at that point.
I know my uncle.
Well,
he ate pork till he was 100.
They do mass raised rabbits, but they don't do them like they do the rest of mechanized farms. Rabbits just don't do good under them conditions.
We ate a lot of fish.
So, but a rabbit up here costs you $10, $15.
Time to make it happen. But I'll probably get jacked up bringing a whole bunch of rabbits up there. I got 10 in the back. I can sit in the front every morning when I turn on this computer. I look out the window. It's at least 6 to 7 rabbits running around until the dog go out back, and they get somewhere. So a whole bunch.
No, you need to get you some pellets.
No, I got some.
Get you some pellets and go buy you.
I got some traps back there.
No, go put you some alfalfa hay out there. Go buy you bale alfalfa hay and put some of it out there every day.
You talking about to feed them?
And then things come up and start eating, and they'll keep coming up there.
Well,
feed
it's
rabbits this time of year. You feed deer this time of year.
It's something they back there eating, because that's why they come. They come nonstop.
Well, they eat, a rabbit's natural diet is just grass.
Oh, okay. Well, they
just happen to like
up.
alfalfa hay better than grass.
Gotcha.
They love alfalfa. You put that out there. Keep putting that out there all summer long. And see what happens come this fall. You'll fill up your freezer
I'm gonna check it out. We're gonna do that and see how many we can
You
get
do
back
you
there.
do the same thing. You do the same thing with deer, man. You go out in your back and you plant some spot or just black-eyed peas
The deer always
and
come to
come
the back
fall.
door though. He always come to the back door of the
Well,
house. I show him
that,
on live. Every time he come back here, I cut on my camera and show him. He be at my back door.
Listen, I need
I mean,
something fenced off because when I want to get grounded and put my feet in the dirt, the last thing Moon wants to do is step on a rabbit turd, a deer turd, or anything like that. I walked barefoot. This was a couple years ago. This is I walked barefoot
It's
from the
not that
garage
country. It's not that country. It's
right?
not that country. It's not that country.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. I walked from the barefoot from the car to the garage, from the garage to out in the driveway where the car was, and I stepped on a snail. Hearing that shell crack, I threw up for 2 damn days. Okay, yeah, it's not gonna work for me. The slime, the way that felt underneath my feet, and stepping on the shell, just knowing that I killed the snail just by walking. Yeah, that was.
No, I'm gonna have my shoes on. At least I'm gonna wear flip flops. I'm not gonna walk around the yard barefooted because it's rocks outside. I can't. I don't have feet of steel. I can't go sliding across the rocks like it ain't no problem.
You ain't got them iron days.
I can't do it.
you know, Phoenix, my 12-year-old daughter was out hunting snails yesterday.
Mm.
Gangsta.
That's one of her things is snails and bugs. She keep a master collection of them daggone things around here. Hell, last week she had a snake.
Yeah. I know some children like that around here right now.
Yeah, last week she had a snake. Man, I come in the house and she showed me a snake in a jar. And I'm trying to figure out how the snake got in the jar.
Well, it wasn't me, that's for sure.
Well, this out here is something different. When I go out there to tend my little garden spot, and she out there hunting every insect and bug that's anywhere close to them things. I just won't let her touch my spiders.
You got spiders?
I love spiders.
Oh man, you tough.
I ain't lying. I love spiders. Well, as long as you got spiders, you don't have no other type of insects bothering you.
Yeah, I kind of
Spiders don't walk. Thug life.
Huh?
Well, when I went down to my grandma's house, it was a spider. I was like, nah, pass. I don't have the time.
When I was growing up, you kill a spider, you going to have to fight my grandma.
But just think though, if you sleep,
Yeah, they
though,
kill the bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they kill the bugs.
Everything's got to stay in balance, man.
Mm.
Everything got to stay in balance. If you got bugs, you're going to get spiders next. And once the spiders get to eating the bugs, you watch. Some walruses is going to show up.
Yep.
And after the
Right.
walruses take care of the spiders, then you're going to see some birds show up. It's a cycle, man.
Well, it don't need to be in my house.
Your grandma was smart. she wanted to deal with killing the bugs.
That's exactly it. She didn't want to have to fight bugs. We lived off in the sticks, dude. My nearest neighbor was a mile away from me. There ain't no help out there. You got to figure this out on your own. You want to sit there and fight bugs all day long, you're going to let that spider eat. Spider go eat more than you going to kill. Mm.
That sounds like a tarantula.
I can't. Yeah, it looked like a tarantula just running across the yard. This spider can just. I've seen the biggest spider in my life in someone's front yard, and it was just running across the yard like a dog or something, a little small dog. It was just real big. It scared
You
the.
ever seen
Yes, it was
you ever
big.
seen a
Phobia.
Hey, you ever seen a tarantula parade?
Right.
Man, this thing
Because
was so.
down off in the mountains around Gene Archer, there's a ravine down there that every spring You get about 1 million tarantulas come out of there crossing the road.
Mm-mm. What they call those
Like a
the
whole big
trapdoor
old pile.
spiders? The ones that sit in them little holes
Them
and stuff.
spiders is dangerous.
The up on that's what
Them
I'm talking.
spiders is dangerous.
You see how big they are though?
Hmm
Man,
They got a version of that spider that can eat a bird.
that's what I'm talking about. That's how big he is. That's how I tell you. I seen one run across the yard one day. Not my yard, y'all. I was in somebody else's yard. And when I seen that spider, whoo! I thought it was a little alien or something, huh?
That one there you would kill.
A little predator around here. Well, and them
That
typewriter
one there you
spiders.
would kill.
What about the typewriter spiders? You seen one of them big ones?
No, I ain't seen that one. We ain't got them.
Yeah, they big too.
What's the typewriter?
Let's see.
I don't even want to know. I'm asking what's the typewriter spider, but
I'll pull it up and show you, but it's not. I mean, I'm from Chicago. Okay, when I got down south, it was over with. I was just having a heart attack every other day. Every time my boy, I thought you were gangster. I'm like, bye, I can't get used to this. This is not the move. The country life was not easy. I'm telling you.
Hey, it's kind of different when you look out at something out there that might want to eat you, huh?
Right, like
You ain't the biggest predator in the yard.
man,
oh,
I tell you. You gotta take the trash out. I'm looking for the biggest gun. I don't know what's coming out of the woods. I'm not used to that.
Yep. Well,
I had to get
Just
used to it now.
crazy people.
I'm good now. I love
yeah.
it. I've been
I was
down
gonna
here
say I
forever.
wouldn't trade it for the world, man.
Me neither.
I love being out here at home. Keep me out of trouble.
Now look, Ancient One talks about crappy. Didn't I say I
Yeah.
have no idea what a crappy tastes like? I'm gonna find out soon. I've never had crappy before.
CREP.
They kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, crappie. She said a crappie, but it's a crappie.
We talking
Yeah,
about fish?
Hey, that's eating on top of
Yeah,
the
that,
dog right there.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh man, you go get you some crappie and some brims. You have a field day with them little jokers about the size of your hand, a bigger than your hand. Well, you talking about some good eating? That's some good eating.
Yep. Yeah, you gonna leave the table feeling well done in.
Mm-hmm. I had a lake full of them. We
You
ate
need to
for
catch
breakfast,
them.
lunch, and dinner.
Yep.
There we go. Let's see if I can That tough, y'all. Ooh. Yeah, the typewriter, but that spider that you
Kind of
talking
gotta
about.
be careful with rivers and stuff.
Yeah, y'all gotta be careful with them spiders.
Yeah.
I'll be by that.
I ain't got no problem with spiders. I got a couple of
Spiders
them
better
in the yard
be
here.
careful of me. Coach said, "Be careful of them spiders." I said, "Man, them spiders better be careful of me."
Well, that's a
I'll
typewriter
keep a
right
couple
there.
of them around.
If y'all was looking at it, y'all see how big it is. It's pretty huge. It's huge. That's a big one. I see them all the time. I'll be like, man, I ain't got time.
You went out there and put one in a jar.
Nah, I'm good. I pass.
You can do it.
Yeah, I bet you I got a little scope on pellet gun. I bet you I can knock them off.
Yeah, that's what's. I love that. I got one of them high-powered pellet guns. I love that damn thing.
Somebody said a brown recluse will fight you.
Yep.
See, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time. You find them in them old houses that you can sit in the house and look through the corner of the wall and look outside. You're going to find them type of spiders, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you right. They damn sure will turn on your ass. And give you something to think about for a minute, too.
I know that's right. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to talk about, and I'm thinking already ahead of time.
Right.
I wish. Hey, I would love to be there when you hit the country, Phoenix.
I don't think you would.
The first 2 weeks of that gonna be funny as hell.
Yeah, it's not gonna be nothing like the city. At
Yeah, it's gonna be funny.
about 9 o'clock, the
Go.
whole world just over with. It's just quiet. You can hear
Yep.
everything.
Boy, that's a beautiful thing too.
You don't hear
Well, I
nothing
tell
but
you what's
crickets and
interesting
Yeah,
is
that's
frogs.
the best part.
when you finally get to see what dark is.
Yes, I like to see the stars and stuff like that. I love that
Yeah.
part. That
True.
part,
When
that's
you
it for me.
live in the cities, you don't never know what dark is. I
All
mean,
them
dark
lights
like
all up
It's
and
just
down the
hearing the
street.
bugs and the noise.
hmm
they can get awful dark, boy. You can't even see your hand in front of your face.
That's right.
But if you look up at that sky, it's 850 kabillion stars up there that you didn't know was there.
So you didn't even know it was there.
Yep. You'd be surprised how many people ain't never seen the Milky Way, man.
It's been a long time, but I know we used to be able to experience and have that experience. Not anymore. Not
Yeah,
anymore.
that shit's amazing to me. That's amazing. Even where I'm at now, though, it's getting kind of hard to see the Milky Way at night. It has to be exceptionally clear.
Yeah, it gotta be real clear.
Now, see, when I was growing up, shit, all you had to do was look up. That thing would glow. But there's a lot more pollution and everything in the air now than it was then. Light pollution, car pollution, factory just pollution. Can't see nothing no more. It cut you off from your stars too.
Where they
How
making
you gonna
clouds,
navigate?
they also making clouds. When they think they're gonna make these great big old machines to make clouds, that they're just gonna stop making clouds. Every state is getting a cloud machine. In a minute, they're gonna
That's
be.
crazy, ain't it?
It's about to be some crazy stuff going on with these cloud machines, man. It's gonna be some repercussions of everything that they do.
Well, you know why your storms has been getting so bad down there, don't you?
Why is that?
That's because of Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's coming from out west.
It's coming to, you know why?
Let me,
Radar antennas. Radars is like microwaves. Them storms would start to build and they turn those radar antennas toward them. I sat there and watched it yesterday. The storm will fall apart as soon as they get all them radars tuned into it. And just as soon as it crossed that border and go into Arkansas, them things will blow up, man, and go down there and wear y'all's asses up.
Are they doing it for the croppers?
They doing it because they call themselves watching for tornadoes.
But creating tornadoes.
Well, what they doing is creating y'all a problem. Microwave heat stuff up. They heat them storms up real hot, and then they come in the cooler air in Arkansas, and they just explode.
They tear
So
everything
y'all
up.
get harder rains, and y'all get stronger storms, and y'all start seeing more tornadoes than usual.
Yeah, the last one they said it wasn't a tornado, but you can see a straight line. They said it was a high wind. It went straight
Yeah,
through
you
the
can get
woods.
straight. You can get straight through wind running 85, 90 miles an hour with no problem around here.
Yeah, that's what we got then, because they said it wasn't no tornado, but it knocked down all the poles in town.
I
Left
mean,
it.
it'll wear you out too. But they just did it to a storm yesterday, man. I sat here and watched it. Storm coming straight in Oklahoma City. They turned them antennas on. I mean, them radars on. That storm fell apart. Got right outside Oklahoma City and blew up. And they've been doing this for about 6, 7 years now, man. If you go around, every TV station in Oklahoma got 1,000 watts of radar antenna. I mean, 1,000,000 watt radar antenna. Your microwave runs on 1,500 watts.
Damn.
And it heats up a cup of water pretty good, huh?
In what, 10, 15 seconds? That thing there, 20 seconds, it's
Okay, now
boiling, man.
what 1,000,000 watts gonna do spread across the sky to all the water molecules that's up in the sky? Because it vaporizes them at ground level and they rise up into the storm, and you start seeing storms at 60 and 70,000 foot tops, man. Them is city killers. Them is straight city killers. Ain't no telling what
they trying to create
damn
rampant to be able to touch these budget forms and all this other stuff. These emergency
They
funds.
They are creating weather.
Right.
You ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
Nah.
You got to look that up one day. Because here come the hoax. Here comes some fakery right here pretty soon. And trust and believe that they was testing it 2 years ago off the coast of South Carolina. They perfected it in China about 3 years ago. With Project Bluebeam, they can make a city look like it's coming out the sky. With Project Bluebeam, they can make the sun look like it's spinning around in the sky. With Project Bluebeam, they can make it look like Jesus just walked out the sky.
I was gonna say, did that mean that the Lord is coming?
Yep. But it ain't coming from where they think it's coming from.
Right.
They've been preaching.
Coming the holograms.
Yeah, they gonna use holograms. How else they gonna pull this trick off? Ain't nobody in the sky finna come save you. So if it come out of the sky, it's gotta be a lie. Shit. Yeah, they finna throw some stuff up there in the sky because everybody read that Bible. Everybody look at that Bible. And that Bible tell you that's what's supposed to happen. White folks ain't dumb. They gonna give you what you want. And then they gonna take everything you got for it.
Yeah, the thing is, once they get your mind and you die, you leave them everything you have. They take you.
If they get you to a better position where you don't never have nothing. See?
Too busy
they
giving.
Work you and you get nothing out of it. You die, you just die.
Right.
Throw you in the hole and keep moving.
Next.
Yep. But see, they finna pull this trick off, man. They finna pull it off. They've been testing it all around the world. Had Africans running and hollering. Man, they about drove them people plumb crazy. They done seen dragons. They done seen big ass men. They done seen Jesus. They done seen Mary. They done seen all this shit coming out the sky.
Yoruba.
Of course, they superstitious like white folks, so they believe that nonsense. That's how you can tell they not us, because we're not superstitious.
So we didn't believe
they
it.
worked on what they knew, not what somebody thought.
So we're not superstitious.
You thought you saw.
But we used to do the when a baby is born, we'll take the egg and put it over the bedroom door.
Oh yeah, that ain't superstitious. That ain't superstitious. That's culture.
Okay.
And that egg was to draw the poison away from that baby.
What about splitting a pole when you're walking down the street?
I don't know where the hell that come from them white folks.
Now that's superstitious. That would be superstitious.
And going on the ladders and breaking mirrors.
Mama's back. If that was the case, every kid that got sent with that note, a loaf of bread, a container of milk, and a stick of butter, mad as hell that they went to the store with a book their mama back a million times.
But that's the sad part though. We used to tell that story so much going to the corner store. I used to try to avoid every crack in the sidewalk trying to get to the store.
Stepping on the crack, break your mama's back.
Right. Yeah. Or spitting on them brooms. Grandma see you sweep your feet.
You getting a whooping. You're gonna get a whooping. I swept my daddy broom. I swept my daddy foot with the broom. He smacked me across the head. Wow, boy, don't touch my feet with that broom. And then he'll spit on it. He said,
you're going to jail. Locking your fingers together to make the dog.
See, so if that's not superstitious, but you all the way over there, and my folks, they, like I said, they would, if you already know what it is and you sweep an elder's foot, you about to get chastised for it. That's right. And that's what I'm saying, like, those superstitions, those things is that our family just like they uphold like, and that's some Indian stuff there. That's not no African stuff.
That's right. Don't touch their damn feet with no broom. You definitely better not do
Right.
that.
Hmm.
No African talk about that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, we didn't. You wasn't gonna sweep nobody's foot with that broom, but they wasn't telling you no fairy tales when you was growing up either. I didn't grow up learning about no damn Santa Claus.
Yeah, my grandma ain't
You
never
got a
said
gift.
nothing about no Santa Claus. I think that was the parents or the aunts and uncles and stuff. She ain't never just, did Christmas, but we ain't never heard no Santa Claus
Hey,
did nothing.
my
That was
grandpa
not, it
said,
wasn't even that. I think that was more outside influence, like
hey,
school and stuff like that.
TV.
my grandpa said he wasn't gonna go buy no gifts and have you give credit to no white man.
I know that's right.
So when it came Christmas time, you find a gift up under that Christmas tree, you know when he gave it to you. He said,
Hey,
any white man come in my house
baby.
after dark, I'm gonna shoot him. We didn't play that mess.
Nope.
Some things I didn't get a chance to enjoy like everybody else. We didn't really bother with Christmas. That was just another day, another good day to go squirrel hunting. You knew what Christmas was.
That's right.
Them
That's
people
right.
was something else.
Whoo, boy. I
You
was
see,
just thinking about that.
Grandma was born in 1911, and my grandpa was born in 1907.
I was just going
And
over
they
some.
had a funny way of looking at.
Mm-hmm.
They had a funny way of looking at the world. Don't quite fit what you see nowadays.
I was just going over the records with
They were,
Phoenix this morning with my great grandmother. She was born 1906. And yeah, she looked at the world totally different than everybody else do. Man, she looked at it totally different.
well, yeah, they don't see things quite like we do. Can't be
I
really
mean,
mad at them
even to
because
the
they
point
looked at.
where they didn't even have running water and like electricity in the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
We didn't have running water in my house until I was 16.
What, late
They had to
70s?
go outside to the toilet. When I was 16, yeah, 76,
Mm-hmm.
75, 76.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 60.
So we had outhouses and stuff,
Yep.
all types of stuff
Used
like
to take a bath in the kitchen in a number 10 tub.
that. 10 tub.
I remember them number 10s.
Yep, a number 10
I
tub.
remember the old washboard, the old the wring to close out that washboard. I remember those too. With the ivory soap, you get yourself whiter than white.
Well, out there where I stay, where my grandma stays, it's the old tin gin, where they had all that old stuff out there that them old shotgun houses had,
Yep.
all that stuff.
You know, we used to make soap.
Definitely making the
To
stuff
make
with that.
you used to make lye soap for grandma to wash the clothes with. And if you got down off in them weeds and came home with some ticks, she gonna make you wash yourself with it too. Then you ain't gonna have no skin for 2 days.
2 days. Yeah, them
You
ticks
get
in
that
we
bath
call them
water
the
quick.
red bug. The tick and the red bug. They get on you, boy. You got a bad day.
Man.
They had those.
Yep.
It would be behoove people for a genealogy standpoint to look at some of the employment and the places of employment of the ancestors. They worked in turpentine. They worked in a lot of industries that were specific industries to American Indians. There's a good way you can identify them by the jobs that they worked with and that they specialize in. And when you look at those, sometimes you'll see employee rosters, and you'll see some of the same people that lived in the same neighborhoods or on the same census records, the neighbors that worked at the same places that your ancestors worked at too.
Yep.
So we had turpentine and never really paid attention. I just knew it as a paint remover, but I didn't know that turpentine was like something every single one of our households had at one point or another. That was a staple.
Well, somebody put
Turpentine was medicine.
right, and then I was gonna say Krewkut. My grandma used to put Krewkut on everything. You cut yourself, shit, put that Krewkut on you.
Yep.
I ain't seen that in a long time.
Did they give y'all that nasty ass castor oil?
Castor oil, you know that was covered disgusting.
Hey, I got a bottle over here. I got a bottle right here, the castor oil, but I don't drink it though. I use it for something else.
Hey.
Yeah, they gave it to. Now I gotta say this. I thought it was bullshit, but castor oil has really been known to send women into labor when they go past their due date. I'ma just say that.
Man, all it's gonna do is clean. It's just gonna
But you
clean
will
you
have
out.
that baby.
It's just oil in your system. That's all you're
I
doing.
tell you what castor oil do real good. It's a good way to calm a badass kid down. When you got a little kid running through the house at 80 miles an hour, grab him up and hit him with a dose of that castor oil and turn him loose. When he come running through there the next time, grab him up and hit him with a dose of that castor oil and turn him loose. When he come through that third time, you reach over and grab that spoon, that kid gonna go sit down sometime.
I'm sorry.
He mess with you no more. Every time they see a spoon,
Hey.
they gonna duck.
This what ours was. If you got caught outside without a hat on, you had to take a shot of castor oil. Just that simple. That everybody made sure you went outside with a hat on. You know,
I don't
What
go
is it?
outside now.
You know, we always lost our damn hats and stuff like that. But I really, when things like that happen, do you know the first time when you like, how do you lose a coat? You ever asked your kid? And I used to think back like, shit, I remember I lost coats. I lost a lot of stuff as a child. We just don't, pay attention to that. Like now kids lose cell phones and stuff like that. Of course, we didn't have those kind of luxuries, but we definitely didn't want to go outside without no hat and scarf and gloves and stuff on. You better come back the same way they sent you out.
That's right. Yeah, it's a totally different time now because with
I
the
tell you
cell
something
phones.
else.
What's that?
I tell you, I can tell you something else. We didn't wear short sleeve shirts, even in the summertime.
You said you did or you didn't?
Shirt on. No, you put a long sleeve shirt on. We didn't wear short sleeve shirts. You had on a short sleeve shirt, that was a t-shirt. You better not go outside with no short sleeve shirt on.
I ain't know nothing about that.
Long sleeve shirt on. Cover up your arm.
I know you walking
Well,
through.
what it was is down here. What it is down here. It's kind of dry, so you don't do a lot of. Sometime a year we'll do a bunch of sweating, but basically it's dry land. But you put the long sleeve shirt on because it covers your skin up from the sun.
Right,
So
and then absorbs the sweat.
Well, the sun ain't burning you.
Right.
You get out there in the hot sun, that sun get to cooking on your arms. You would notice that shit, man.
Well, I stand and get cooked. That
And
don't
you guys
bother
ever
me.
notice in the old pictures, you hardly ever see them wearing all black. Not
Well,
often do
hell,
you see them wearing all black.
Black is when somebody done died. Grandma wouldn't put on no black nothing. She said it's too damn hot.
Yeah. Only way I put long sleeves on is if I'm going through the woods.
Oh, you surely better put them on then. And if you ever been through a cornfield, you'll love them.
Listen, I'm going through the woods looking like a beekeeper.
You gonna go through the woods looking like a beekeeper anyway.
Thigh-high rubber boots. I ain't messing around.
Ain't nothing gonna attack you because they ain't gonna know what you're in the bite first. What the hell is this coming down through here?
Yeah, I'll be looking like a Martian walking through the woods.
Those good times though. Those are good times. So a lot of those ways.
Yeah, we used to play it.
We still got them today. We
Hmm?
still know them because we still here. We just gotta make sure you show them, the younger generation, the things we knew, so they won't forget them.
Well, it's gonna be kind of hard now because the world done flipped over so damn far. Things ain't like they was when I was growing up. Not even close.
Yeah, I was looking at the statistics all night, and I'm seeing that we all the way down to 16,000 um, American Indian farmers. Um,
Hmm.
so it's very, very low. Very, very
And they,
low.
man, I got 5 emails from the USDA last night about tribal farming.
Now that's why I wanted to talk to them about the USDA because I was reading today, and it was showing me how we lost a lot of our lands due to USDA.
Hmm. Yeah. USDA is the reason why a lot of black farmers really went out of business because of the practices they was using.
They said that
Right.
they
They
was
Right.
making up the
they favored
practices.
they favored the mechanized farm more than they did the small farm, and we was always small farmers because we were just taking care of ourselves.
Right.
But when you had to go out and spend $500,000 on a daggum tractor, that shit changed the game some, man.
Right. It changed it a
And
lot.
you know when they growing wheat, they using up 1,000 acres at a time. Take some equipment to be able to move it that size. Left all of us in the dirt, man.
Yeah, they came like almost like the dope game. If you look at it, you got your folks been selling weed all this time, and now you got these big manufacturers just leaving everybody in the dirt, just
Yep.
y'all done. Then you got the pharmaceutical companies that's trumping over the basics, the people that's just getting regular herbs and stuff to heal you with. The pharmaceutical company then drove them out of business.
You remember it used to be called Big Bank Take Little Bank.
That's what it is.
And that's only because we've allowed it. But we still
CeeLo,
have an opportunity to take those things back.
We only started to allow it when we got integrated. See, when we wasn't integrated, then we wasn't allowed to participate in that system. And we
mm,
still had our own system. But then we got integrated and started participating in that system, and that system is a collapsing system from the start.
we used to play that in third grade.
See, hmm?
We used to play that in third grade. Big bank take little bank, not knowing
Yeah,
the significance of it.
that's the root of the game right
That's
there,
right.
man.
That's right. That's right, Kuka.
No
Huh?
matter what part of this game you playing, that's the root of the game. See, and this is how you got to be careful with this farming because if you're going into this farming game, think you're gonna compete with these big boys, you done already lost. So you go into farming looking to make it into a scale that you can manage, and you find you a certain group of people that'll buy your products, and then you service them people because you're not gonna compete with them big boys if you can't grow. Uh, if you can't put 1,000 chickens a day into the marketplace, you ain't even in the game.
Well,
If you ain't,
at
if
this
you,
point,
you ain't putting, huh?
if we got 3 chickens in a close proximity, we in some kind of game because we ain't gonna be starving. We can't even think about the mass production. We're
Well,
looking at a time now where we
but
might be
see,
hungry in a week from
see,
now.
this is what I'm telling you. See, you got to make it to scale to fit what you're dealing with, because you can't compete on that angle. So you got to create another angle that you can compete on, and then you got to be sure to cover that angle completely. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm finna try to sell goat milk, I'm gonna find me a certain number of people that drink goat milk, and I'm gonna try to provide you with the best goat milk I can provide you with. And then you gonna run off and tell somebody else, hey man, this goat milk over here pretty good. And they gonna show up and buy your goat milk. See, then you gonna be able to build you a sales thing that you can sustain yourself with. And once that's up and running, then you go into something else. Then you go into the chickens. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Invest, go out and buy 100 roosters, feed them for 2 months and kill every one of them, then sell them all for $5 a piece.
I had a young guy who
See?
was, I guess his father ran a chicken business, and he started running one himself as soon as he got out of high school. He got him a little shack and had chickens running, and he would come do boxing with us, in the evening. And during the day, you'll see him, man, he would have so many chickens. He would, I'm on a chicken run,
Yep.
run. Every time you see him, he on a chicken run. Like, man, this man had made so much money. By the time he was 21, he got the biggest farm, the biggest chicken ranch on the block right now. He doing it big right now. He doing pretty good.
And I guarantee the USDA helped him get every bit of that. I guarantee you. Because if you're going to play in this game, you're going to have to have where you can go in there and say, man, I need $4 million to start this season.
Right.
Right. That's right. That's right. And that's what we're going to be looking to do. We're going to have to. We're not going to have a choice.
That's right. You ain't going to have a choice. That's what the whole deal is. You ain't going to have a choice. And although some of them tasks going to be kind of gruesome, there's some things you have to do to survive that's going to, right now, you can't see.
So you better get it before the getting is got, basically.
There you go. There you go.
You
know it's always just a certain amount of time. And they're going to cut it off just as you start to figure it out.
Right. When everybody does it en masse and everybody's looking to get all the seeds and get all these things are going to become unavailable.
Yep. And be sure when you buy seeds, especially if you plant you a little garden spot out in the backyard or whatever, in your kitchen or whatever, make sure you buy heirloom seeds only. They have to say heirloom seeds because those heirloom seeds will make more seeds that you can use to plant more stuff the next year. Well, you might have to go out and buy 100 seeds today. Next year, you'll have 1,000. See? But you got to get heirlooms because everything's GMO'd now. If it won't reproduce from a seed, it is not fit to eat.
Ain't that true?
If you can't grow it from a seed, it ain't worth eating. Now, you think of how many things that grow from a seed, and yes, animals grow from a seed too. So if that animal ain't reproducing, that animal is not edible. Now, I'm telling you, if you ever go and look at these new model hogs they killing, you won't believe in things. They look like, I don't know what. I seen a hog look like a man in the way his body was built. Nothing but muscle on that thing. No hair, no nothing, just muscle. And it's all extorted. It's just crazy, man. They don't look like dadgum hogs. And if somebody can tell me where Church's Chicken get them chicken wings from, I would be ever so more thankful.
No, I think that's why they couldn't say chicken no more, though, right? There's KFC now. It's not Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's just KFC now.
No, we got Church's Chicken up here. We got Kentucky Fried too, but all of us folks go to Church's Chicken.
But KFC, it's KFC though. It's not Kentucky no more.
We don't. Well, I know.
No, that's a different restaurant.
It's a whole different chain.
So y'all got Kentucky
chicken houses.
Where y'all got church?
We got churches.
Oh yeah, we got churches too.
Because we don't have churches no more. That used to be the best chicken.
Yeah, where the hell they
we
get
ain't
them
got
wings
churches
from?
no more. We lost Church's Chicken back in the 80s out here. And the ones I ain't gonna lie, the ones I saw in California, like in LA, I wasn't going up in there, none of them.
We got churches.
I'll tell you, they got a chicken wing that ought to weigh 1.5 pounds. I ain't never seen a bird with a wing built like that one.
Talking about at churches.
What? That sounds like a turkey
Yes.
wing.
Yeah, I don't like brontosaurus.
Yeah, you ask
wings.
for a breast, you get a wing at churches. I don't know. You ask for a breast at churches, you get a piece of meat with a wing on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That thing ain't right, man. I'm telling y'all. And they can't produce it. They can't produce enough animals to feed everybody through the grocery stores and feed everybody through these fast food outlets.
Right.
They can't do it. I don't know. You got to understand there's a food crisis coming. They say we have food deserts.
Right.
There's going to be food deserts everywhere. Because even if you got a store, if you
Yep,
ain't
you
got
can.
nothing in that store, what the hell is it going to do you?
Yeah, we got to look at what happened to Venezuela. Was it last year or the year before when their dollar crashed? All stores, like money was worth, ran out of food. People were
You
running
seen the
around
money
looking
in the street.
crazy, had to jump the
Yeah.
border.
Mm-hmm.
So
You seen all the money in the street, not worth nothing.
yeah, because they weren't prepared. So
Well,
right, they were burning money. So
at least now we got a chance to prepare a little bit.
Yeah.
And although we won't be
right,
fully
yeah,
prepared, we will
yeah.
be somewhat prepared
All it takes is
instead of being
one.
completely caught flat-footed.
Yeah, but how many folks will be ready for the next harvest? I mean, not next harvest. Be ready to start planting on the next spring. Because a lot
A
of folks not
bunch,
gonna be
hey,
ready this year.
Well, I'll tell you
no, but
what,
they're gonna
it's
be a
some that
whole.
we know that are doing it
Mhm.
now. Those are the ones we should probably
Yeah,
collaborate with that are already active. And this is
right.
not any type of new
Right,
wave for them, right? And
right,
this is
right,
where
right.
we go up under apprenticeship from those that have never broken away from this chain. They're
Mm.
the ones that needed our support
That's
all this
also
time. We was running around looking at all these other goddamn places for our heritage and culture. Those are the first people we need to go to.
Saved and
Humbly.
well.
sacrificed.
That's
Exactly.
that's also the reason for buying those heirloom seeds, because if the ones that's planting now is planting heirloom seeds, when the ones that ain't planting start wanting to plant, they'll have a place they can get some seeds to plant.
Right.
Because
Right.
they can cut off the seeds you can buy at the store, but they can't cut off the seeds you can grow in your yard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I grow a bunch of dadgum greens out there and I let my greens bolt and go to seed, and then Phoenix say, I want to grow some greens next year, I can send her enough seeds to grow her enough greens to eat on. But if she ain't got the seeds to plant, no matter how much enthusiasm or whatever you want to call it she got, she's still going to be empty handed.
Mm.
So there are us who are actually hearing and understanding this that need to be the ones that's laying the tracks for the ones that ain't quite figured it out yet. Because I promise you it's going to be pandemonium on these streets just as soon as these bellies touch these backs.
What? And then they coming for your crops.
And if you can't feed them, they going to take your crops. It's easier for me to say, come on, man, instead of stealing this shit, help me grow this shit.
Right.
And we both can eat. What the hell? And it's easier to do that way. And since most people contain a little bit of common sense, they can see the need for that too. Because if I help you grow it, then I can always come back and get more of it.
Right.
If I steal it, only take it one time.
That's right.
See what I'm getting at? And then, of course, where I'm at right now, I got 3 dogs. I guarantee you, you come touch anything in my yard, and I don't say so, I ain't gonna have to worry about you long. Because when you do this shit, you protect your shit. We got a saying down here: good fences make good neighbors. Believe that. Believe that. That's the truest shit on the planet right now. But when
Right.
you get your shit, you protect your shit. But you don't be stingy with your shit. Every time somebody come up needing some shit, you say, okay, man, help me get some more shit, and then we got enough for all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
This is how you play this game. You don't sit up here and say, well, I can do this and I can get this much money for it. You just done shot your own self in the ass. Because money don't make no difference, no way. You can have a pocket full of money and still starve to death.
Ain't that
But
the
you
truth?
damn sure won't starve to death if you eating.
Right. So it all
Come
boils
on, man.
down to, again, us being able to rely on each other. Because at the point where we can't use Bitcoin can't use gold, can't use silver, the dollars don't work. We still need to eat. When all that stuff disappears, we're still going to be in a position of vulnerability.
Well, think about it, man. Just think about it. Ain't nobody never rescued us from nothing. You think they gonna rescue us from this too? If you think that, I got some water under the bridge, or somebody like to say that I can sell you.
Right.
I'll
Let's
sell
sell
you
them
all
all the water
under
under the bridge. That's right.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So ain't nobody finna come rescue you but you. And there ain't nobody gonna rescue them people you know but you. You got family members that still don't understand. You got kids out here toe popping and jolly hopping, ain't even gave it a thought. Let them bellies touch them backs. I got a way of changing the game a little bit. I got a way of controlling some attitudes a little bit. Because if I'm hungry, I can't got but two emotions.
Right. And who can you help if you hungry?
Well, you
Ain't
can't
that
even
the
help
truth?
you.
That's right.
But if you ain't got nowhere to turn to, no, oh, don't think them white folks ain't got something for you.
And
But
how
whatever they
bad do you
give you,
want
you
it?
know is out
And
here.
then that puts you in a what would you do for a Klondike bar position? Who wants that?
No, they ain't worried. They ain't worried about what you do for a Klondike bar. What they gonna do is go ahead and take you on out of here.
Mm.
It's cheaper to get rid of you than it is to feed you.
Okay.
The hell you think they gonna sit up here and waste their money feeding you? Oh hell no. Go in there and start talking to people if you want to. You gonna see the other side of the wood tomorrow.
I don't
See,
think people is
this is the
still
whole
taking it
problem. And then
serious.
and then we got so many of our people that's out here lost and don't know. Think
Gone.
about it. If you want to shed a tear for that, anything, shed a tear for that. Because they don't know. They can't see where we going. They don't know where we even been. The book says if you don't remember the past, you doomed to repeat it. Look how many people finna repeat it.
That's right. In all areas. All
How we
areas
gonna
in which they,
how
they
we
don't
gonna
want to
wait a
rid
minute now.
themselves.
Hold on. Wait a minute. How we gonna be able to sleep at night? You see what I'm saying? How we gonna be able to sleep at night? Because if nothing else, the cries of them people being hungry ought to ring in your daggum ears. Because them is your people, whether you like it or not. Everybody didn't come in here on the same level. Ain't everybody gonna go out of here on the same level. You gotta take the good with the bad, baby. But them still your peoples. And you still gonna have to listen to the cries of their hunger when it comes up. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, man? A little 9-year-old kid walk up to you and say, man, I'm so hungry. What you gonna say? How you gonna look at that kid and say, I ain't got nothing for you, baby? You see what I'm saying?
Sorry.
And then you gotta think that child gonna have a mother somewhere. And if the child is out here hungry, don't you know the mother's hungry too? And she got 2-3 more days hungry right along with her. What you gonna do? Come on now, let's be realistic about this. Ask yourself the question, what you gonna do? Because I guarantee you it won't be much longer and you're gonna have that question standing right in front of your face. So you better prepare an answer now before you have to give an answer you know it's gonna break your heart to give.
That's right. That's right. And that's part of save yourself first. Right. What they tell you when the plane go down, what he say? Put your mask on first. Cause then you'll be able to help somebody else that's struggling with their mask.
If you hungry, how you gonna help somebody else not be hungry? Of course you gonna save yourself first. And saving myself, I can save 10 more.
That's right.
Now I can't save everybody, but if somebody saves somebody, then everybody liable to get saved. We gonna lose a few. It's only natural. This is war. You got casualties. Think you ain't at war? You the only one that think you ain't at war. They've been shooting at your ass for 500 daggone years. You think they through now?
That's right.
Especially not now where they got you right where they want you. Come on. They've been living for this position. Honestly, you believe that? Okay, I still got that water. Do you want to buy it? No, this ain't no game with me, baby. This high stakes here. She say they playing chess with bottle caps, or checkers with bottle caps. They ain't playing checkers with bottle caps. They playing checkers with your groceries, because they know if they can control your belly, they can control everything about you. Nigga, they'll have people giving away their kids for something to eat. Then ask yourself what adrenochrome is made from. All, all this shit ain't make believe. Some of this shit for real, for real.
Cuzzo in the building. What's up, Cuzzo?
What happened? Halito.
What's up, y'all? Good morning, everybody.
Really
Shawan,
tough.
Shawan, Shawan.
What up?
Oshikuwasu. Good to hear y'all voices when I wake up in the morning after I give thanks to the great spirit of my ancestors. Then I go to YouTube, and what happens? I get enlightening with the only thing I really care about: land. Everybody who know me know that's all I care about.
That's right.
I'm sick of the city. I'm disgusted with it. I was born in the South, but I don't want no more Los Angeles. I don't want anything to do with any brick buildings or any of this type of stuff. Y'all know you can ask Krewkut. I just want to look at land and just look at it. I want to touch it, put my hands in it. I just don't understand why it's not food growing everywhere. I mean, just everywhere. I don't even understand why people are so concerned on whatever they're supposed to be concerned about without being concerned with land. I don't understand how we as adults, how we look back at the pictures that they try to throw in our faces and try to make us ashamed of picking cotton, of being a farmer, having on a hat and the overalls and stuff like that. But yeah, dudes want to wear jeans every damn day now. You're only wearing jeans and stuff like that because you needed them jeans on to protect you from them damn thorns when you was picking stuff. So it's like brothers just wear t-shirts and sweats, but you don't want to pick no cotton. It's like, how do people want to go shopping all the damn time but don't want to have the resource for themselves? It's
Well,
the weirdest.
they disconnected you from the resources that the ground provided when they moved you into those cities. That was basically a recent incident. You say you in California from Oklahoma. There are so many of us that moved out of Oklahoma and into California during the 30s. It ain't even funny, man.
Yeah.
So they moved you, and then the federal government had and Phoenix, I think you was talking about this not too long ago about a program where they were taking the Indians and making them urbanized.
Of course.
So they just stole you from the land. But the land, Grandpa used to say, if you take care of the land will take care of you. You just need to find that spot of land that you think you like and work it.
Exactly. But it's like I sew clothes, right? And I make clothes. So it's like once you started getting into certain industries, you have to start thinking about the industry and where it comes from. So my wife is a chef. She likes to cook. So once you start getting into food, you got to start thinking about food and farm stock and stuff like that. Where does the food come from? How do you get the best food? How do you get the best product? For me, for clothes, if I want to sell people clothes, where do I want to get this stuff from? Where do you get silkworms from? Where you get the cotton from? Where you getting everything from? Basically, what I'm trying to say is every damn thing you use, every damn thing you looking at in your house, every damn thing all these people want in magazines and stuff like that, it all comes from the ground. So it's like,
Yeah.
what's more important than having some earth to yourself and learning about it and learning what you can get out of it? Because everything that you use comes from the earth. Everything. I'm talking everything. Your bed, your lighter, your car, everything comes from the earth. But we want to go out and buy things, but don't buy any earth and don't control the earth. This is crazy.
It was by design. It ain't crazy. It's just crazy because we fell for it. That's the banana up the tailpipe trip. They said everybody come to the city and go to work in the factories and you'll make a living. And you'll work there all your life and then you retire and we'll pay you until you die. That was the hustle. That was the same hustle that brought me out of the country when I left from home. See? It's the same game. They did that by design. They wanted the land. They've always wanted the land
Right.
until
And
they get the
then,
land.
and not only that, when they implemented Social Security, they promised them all of these things, like what that railroad pension. A lot of us are entitled to that, and we've lost track of it. All of the people that were supposed to be
Yep.
following the money all this time have now lost track
Yep.
of it, or they have become the people that have had access to it and been stealing it from us.
That's exactly what they've been doing.
That's my point. That's my point
That's
right there,
exactly.
because
This
because
is
it's
why
it's
I
it,
have such a problem with the scammers, because it seems really minuscule. My $75, you times that by 1,000,000 people. Times that $75 by 1,000,000 people. Times that by 7,000 people.
Yep.
People are perpetuating the same cycle of oppression that they wish themselves out of. And they damage the rest of
You
us in the
became
background, in the interim of that.
you became you
So
became your
we all have
enemy.
civic duties and responsibilities. Whatever it is that we like to do, you are free to do whatever it is that you'd like to do, as long as it doesn't injure me or my rights or the rights of others. You
That's
can't
the way
want
the
what
Constitution is written.
you can't have what you don't want to give.
Yep.
Mercy, freedom, justice, equality, respect.
Yep.
You can't have love. You can't have hate. You can't have any of that without the reciprocity.
Yep. And that much is true. That much will always be true. Because if you can't give it, you damn sure ain't gonna get it. You can't win until you play.
That's a fact. There's no way around
And,
it.
and, and sometimes you may get a loss or two in there. But I just, the thing with me is just if we know what's up and we see what's coming, then it automatically falls to us to do whatever we can to try to mitigate these circumstances. Because ain't nobody gonna show up and try to fix this for us. Who's gonna do that? And when the hell did they start doing it? So we got to come up with these game plans, and some of us has got to be able to make some plans for people other than just ourselves.
That's
Because
right. Because there's other
it's
people
go,
in position that want to help.
and see these that's a network that needs to be more fully developed. You see, because what's going to have to happen is when the people finally realize what's going on, they gonna turn around and look for answers. And they're gonna have questions. And if we ain't the ones that's providing them with them answers, you know what answers they gonna get. And then we gonna lose some more of our people. And we ain't got many of us left, I promise you that. Not enough to fight the whole world. So we gotta be smart. We gotta be real smart. And we gotta We gotta watch our steps very closely.
That's right. Someone just
Ain't
asked
got
the
no
question.
time for no.
Someone asked the question.
Exactly. Go ahead, Cooper.
They want to know, how are we going to afford the land in big cities or states that are high priced?
Okay, here's what you do. You go straight to that USDA and you start making requests. And you ask them to give you the money. They the ones that got the money when they took you off the land. Why the hell can't they give you the money to put you back on the land?
Come on.
Quit letting everybody else run there and make the request, and you go in there and start making the request. And they're gonna have to base that on the price of land wherever you living at. So if you living in San Francisco and land as high as a giraffe, whatchamadiddly, then they're gonna have to adjust for those land prices in that area.
Mm. Good.
You see what I'm saying?
I,
They
I,
have to
I hear you.
adjust for the conditions that you in. Otherwise, they got to come up with the concept of moving you someplace. And even then, they would have to ask you where you want to go. But you don't just sit there. You go ahead and you start requesting this stuff. Ask for them, even if you don't even really know how to work it. You don't even know what it is you want. But at least get the question in there. Because, see, they ain't going to know nothing about you if you don't ask. And yeah, some people gonna make some mistakes. Some people gonna fall back and have to start over again. But that's all part of the learning process. By the time the folks to get up to really need it, at least we'll be up and running. If I ain't flat-footed, you ain't caught me.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So we moving. But you gotta at least get something in there to say, hey man, can I get a little bit on this over here? And what about this right here? Y'all doing that for them other folks. How come you can't do it for me? And you stay in their ass. Just like you would do if you found a job you really wanted. You was calling them people like every day, hey man, what's up? See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then you take what you get and you use it where you need it to. But when you get it and when you use it thinking this ain't just me. I got some other considerations in this too. And I gotta cover them considerations because if I slip on one of them, that's where you're gonna get me at. Get it? So you got to take that full view. This ain't just it just ain't a me game no more. It's a us game and a we game. Cause we got to survive. And I'm not trying to let none of my kids and my grandkids grow up in some crazy ass shit that they decided that they wanted to create out of thin air. I want them to have something to stand on. I love it if my grandkids don't have to grow up and spend not one day hungry. They ain't gotta have no money because money don't mean nothing no way. What is you hungry? Baby? Baby, is you hungry? did you rest well?
Right. That's right.
See what I'm saying? That's the only thing you can get in your kids, and then your kids get that to their kids. And if everybody do that, then everybody done made it.
Mm-hmm.
But miss one step, and the whole thing collapses around your daggone ears. How tight they gonna play this game? That's how tight they gonna play this game. And that's just how tight you got to play your game too. Cause this is your kids involved. I'm scared I'm 60 years old. It won't be long. I'm gonna lay in my grave. It's y'all that's gotta keep going. It's y'all that's gonna have to deal with what comes after I'm gone. See?
And the truth
And then
is,
y'all have to consider the people that y'all have to consider because you just gotta understand we all one people. So it's us, the people, we the people. Leave out one people, you done left out a whole group of people. You weaken your own self. Every time they cut off one leg, it weakens us. Every time we grow that leg back, it strengthens us. See what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
This is where we live at, man. This is where the game is played. This is down in the dirt. This is the shit here. This is the real game. This ain't the
Yeah,
make
we gotta
believe
stop
game that got
playing with
you
it.
out here bullshitting around in the middle of the night doing nonsense. This is the real game. Got me talking about how I'm gonna make a way for my grandkids to get through here. You think that ain't enough, good enough reason to get up and ask them white folks for something? You too proud to look over there and say, man, you took from me, now give back to me?
Well, it's gonna put us back in the
That
system.
makes sense?
They gonna say it's gonna
It
put it
will.
back in the system.
You ain't never got out the system. What the hell you think you got out the system, man? I want to see this get out the system, motherfucker. Show him to me.
I'm looking for him too.
Because I bet you won't never find it. You take your ass to Zimbabwe, he's still in the system over there. The hell, man. Tell me about getting out no system. You don't get out no system, you make that system work for you. I didn't build a system, but damn it, I can sure play with the system.
That's right. You better make it work for you.
You see what I'm saying?
Ain't that right?
I can play.
Ain't
I
that
didn't make
right?
up these rules, but if I can use these rules to my advantage. This is the only game going, so you gotta learn how to play it.
And that's a skill we have yet to master on a level of mutual agreement and understanding.
Well, part of that problem is everybody gets this idea that they got the right plan, and if you ain't doing it this way, you ain't doing it the right way. See what I'm saying? I guess that's all right in certain circumstances. But if I'm hungry, I ain't got no time to worry about what your plan say, my plan say. I'm trying to get something to eat.
That's right.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
I don't care nothing about that. You could be a giraffe with blue spots. Wouldn't make me no damn difference. I'm still trying to get something to eat. Cause see, this is how this thing's gonna have to be played. Them little
That's right.
differences and the shit that we put up between ourselves gonna come to the point that they ain't gonna mean as much as they do now.
That's right.
So you can't get caught up in that nonsense now, knowing that tomorrow is still yet to come. And nigga, although I hate you today, I may need you tomorrow. So I'm only gonna hate you a little bit. Except for them damn Moors. You can hate them all you want. I don't give a shit. You can just hate them all you feel like. I don't give a damn. But as for us people, no, we can't have no deep down abiding strife because we don't know who we gonna meet. Grandma used to say you don't know who coming to your door.
Sure did.
See what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
don't know who coming. You don't know how they coming.
Nope.
They just show up. I remember, man. I mean, when I was a kid, I was probably about 12 years old. We had a family reunion. We've been having our family reunion for 106 years. We had a family reunion. And some of my cousins from out there in California brought these people down there with them. And then they got into a spat, and the mugs jumped up and left them people down here. 1,200 miles from home. They come to the house. They don't know what they gonna do. Grandma say, baby, I ain't got no money to send you to California. But if you need a place to lay your head till you figure it out, come on in the house. I got dinner cooking. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they stayed there at our house for almost 2 months, man. almost 2 months. Ain't nobody complaining and bitching about what they done or what they didn't do. They did what they did, and they helped where they helped, and they didn't help where they didn't help, and that was just it. But yet and still, they stayed there till they got to the point where they could go home. You know them people. But them people needed something. We just happened to be in a position that we could provide to something that they needed. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's gonna come to you like that sometime. And everybody ain't gonna be nice and kind. Some of them people just straight up assholes. They just want you to help them just because they don't want to do it their damn self. Don't be afraid to get rid of them. You don't need no dead weight. But them ones that look like, man, they appreciate when you try to help them. Make sure you help them all you can.
No, that's right.
You see what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. You better.
That's what you do.
That's
That's
the best
what you
thing
do.
to do.
And see, that's how you build a community. See what
It
I'm
get
getting at?
hard though, because you try to help folks, you think you helping the right
Well,
folks.
it's gonna be hard. You gotta understand where we're starting at. There's mass confusion in the land about this mess we dealing with right now, man. People gonna go off in so many different directions, looking for so many different things. It is gonna be almost laughable. You see what I'm saying? But there's always a point in time that they have to turn around, baby. You see what I'm saying? And they realize where they made that mistake at. Now, if they'll come back and apologize and try to do right, then we let them back in. And they still assholes. You kick them back out there to the wolves. You survive on your own. I ain't gonna cut your neck off, but you ain't gonna stay here. See what I'm getting at?
That's
And that's how you build your community.
That's right.
That's just how you build your community. That is what your community is. Understand, a tribe is just a political organization. And nothing more than that. But your community is what was important. That's why they always talk about the towns and the villages and communities. That's what was important, was the community. See? You can't do this by yourself. Ain't no one-man army in this shit. That's somebody else I wish you drag up here and let me see. If you can find that one-man army, man, you send them around here and let me see it. You see? You got to have somebody. Even somebody you can't stand is better than being by yourself.
And hungry.
And
That's the truth.
because you can take your ass over there and you can get on that side of the field and you can stay the fuck over there and work, and I'll stay over here. Just get your shit done. I ain't got to talk to you. Give a shit what you got going on. See what I'm saying? As long as he take his ass over and do what he's supposed to, I don't care. Stay over there. We'll split this shit at the end. Now, I still don't like you. But you ain't starved, and I ain't either. Damn dummy. But you have to deal with shit like that, man. You deal with that every day anyway. You deal every day with people you can't stand. Used to be a song saying, I'm in love with a bitch I just can't stand. So you always gonna have people in your world you can't stand. They get real close sometimes.
See.
Understand? Don't mean you don't love them. I just can't stand your ass. So get over on the other side and you stay over there and I'll stay over here and we be cool.
Yeah, I was wondering when I
makes
used to
good
see
neighbors.
Uncle Willie Lee sleep in his own bed. Man, why he got his own bed?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about sleeping in your own bed. There ain't nothing, if I done went through all the trouble to get a woman, I don't know how the hell you expect her to be in there sleeping by herself.
I know, right? No, they
The
used to be in the same room. They were just in separate bed, but they was old though. Tell them, come on.
No, I ain't. That's what I'm saying. That's some bullshit right there. I don't understand that part. Y'all go with that if you want to. I don't understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go out like that. It take
We're
too
gonna
much
get
to
it
get one. It
together.
take to keep one. That's that Lucy and Ricky shit. But it's all good, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here.
Oh shit, you had one right there.
I got some. I got some tomatoes I gotta set out today.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining, Mr. Walter. I think we're probably all gonna cut out of here. I got some things to do as well.
Yeah, it's noontime.
Yes, indeed. But it's been real. Thank you so much, everybody.
Y'all,
Yeah,
y'all have a
this was a
good one.
good build. This was a good build. Thanks everybody out there in Facebook and YouTube. We do the cross platforms. We did get a message from Twitter, so out in the Twitterverse, so Twitter is responding to us too. So this is cool. Thanks guys. We chill out,
Well, wait a
stay
minute. Hold
chill,
on. Hold
do
on.
what you gotta do. Yes, Mr. Waldo. Go ahead, go for it.
Well, before we get out of here, I ain't been able to see the chat. So I was wondering if anybody had something else they wanted to toss in this before we close this. And if ain't nobody got nothing to add, let's go on about our day and do what we got to do.
Anybody in the chat got any questions before we disperse to our regularly scheduled programs offline?
Enjoy this. No, I don't see anybody. Look like everybody saying they enjoyed the show.
Cool.
Okay, someone said.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and step to the left.
Okay, all right. It's Gumbo from West Africa.
No,
What?
absolutely not.
He said what?
No.
Absolutely, positively.
He said what? That sounded like when the grandparent in the back that heard a conversation he wasn't supposed to hear. He's like, what?
Yeah, you threw me with that one. I wasn't ready for that one.
No, it's a chata. It's a chata dish.
Yeah.
There you got it. You got it.
All right. Well, I know
Yeah,
it's time to go ahead and
we can't. We're not going to drag Gumbo across the continent. No, darling.
Yeah.
With is absolutely
It's time to
from
go.
the Americas. And on that note, everybody, everywhere, keep on with the keep on. Some of y'all getting out of quarantine this week.
That
We won't
right?
have any bars or clubs or anything, but certainly it'll be nice to go to a restaurant or just be in the park, the beach. You know what I'm saying? Still, just keep your distance. Watch people. Keep your sanitizer. You can make your own if you can't keep, because they're flying off the shelves and stuff like that. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Keep your precautions. Keep your distance from people. Still, don't get too comfortable. Watch what's going on. Check people out. You're gonna have to look people deep in their goddamn eyes now, right? Because you can't see their face. Okay. Be on point for pickpocketers, people trying to get close to you. Just make sure you're paying attention to things. And be safe. Don't be in a rush to go out and start doing all this other crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Just be cautious. Not so much for yourself.
You breaking up. All right.
I was just. Is that better?
Yeah, no, you was good. We heard what you were saying. You was just breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, so I do apologize for that. But like I was saying, everybody just be safe. Don't just start, getting too comfortable, getting in those crowds and stuff like that. Keep your sanitizer, keep your mask and stuff like that. Take all of that seriously. Like I said, you're gonna have to look in people's eyes for identifications. It won't be no selfies and all that crazy stuff out right now, right? So, just pay attention for safety reasons and stuff like that, being in large crowds and things.
Tasha.
Just be on point. Be on point.
What you got, Tasha, before we get out of here? Like Doodoo say, Tasha 11. What you got? You know how Doodoo call you.
Just like Phoenix said, we gotta be prepared. He said Tasha what? Tasha 11.
Yeah, that's what Doodoo be saying. He called you Tasha 11.
No, but just like Phoenix was saying. Yeah, we just gotta be prepared. We gotta start getting our seeds. Like Waldo was talking about, stocking up on herbs and things that will help us stay at our peak in health, and just making a plan. Like, what are we gonna do? Worst case scenario. What are we gonna do? Best case scenario. And try to make our family more aware of what's going on too.
All right.
That's it. That's all I got.
So I guess we'll see y'all tomorrow, or unless somebody call me and say, Coach, we cranking it back up today. We might get back today. No telling what's going on. But other than that, y'all have a safe one, and we'll see y'all later. Peace. I'm out, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.